Before we begin with episode 9, I want to give a gentle warning. Today's episode will include discussions about suicide, mental health struggles, and feelings of hopelessness. If this is a sensitive subject for you, please listen with care, or come back when you feel ready. If you're struggling right now, you're not alone. Please reach out for help immediately. Call or text 988 to connect with the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You deserve help, you deserve support, and you matter. And remember, Mind Over Miller is here for you always, without judgment, with arms wide open. Hey guys, welcome back to Mind Over Miller. I'm Jazz, and today's episode is one I'm approaching with a lot of care and intention. September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and I wanted to dedicate this space to talking openly about something many people experience, but rarely voice: feeling hopeless, invisible, or overwhelmed. I want to talk directly to anyone listening who is carrying a heavy heart today. Maybe you're sitting alone in your room, or you're in your car, or scrolling in your bed, trying to feel something that feels like hope. I want you to know, I see you. I hear you. You're not alone. If you're struggling, please reach out. You don't have to go through this alone. And Mind Over Miller is here for you, always, without judgment, with arms wide open. I've personally struggled in ways that were quiet, ways that were loud. Sometimes it was a fleeting thought in the back of my mind that I tried to ignore. Other times it was a heavy cloud that made it nearly impossible to get out of bed, eat, or even pretend like everything was okay. And sometimes it came in waves, off and on for years, leaving me exhausted, afraid of being too much or not enough. I remember nights lying awake, heart racing, mind spinning, feeling like the weight of the world was pressing down on me, wondering if anyone would notice if I disappeared. And yet, even in those moments, a tiny spark of hope kept me holding on. Sometimes it came from a kind word. Sometimes it came from the thought that tomorrow might be different. Sometimes it was just the sheer stubbornness of wanting to live. Right now, think about a small moment in your day that reminded you you're still here. Maybe it was the smell of coffee, a text from someone, or even hearing a song that made you feel something. Hold that thought. That tiny spark is proof that hope exists. This is exactly why I do the work that I do as a social worker. I've been the person who felt invisible in my own struggles, who felt like they didn't have anyone safe to talk to. And I know how powerful it is when even one person truly sees you. Every day I walk into schools, counseling sessions, classrooms, hoping to be that one person, the one who listens without judgment, the one who says, I see you, I hear you, you're not alone. And maybe today, through this podcast, I can be that person for you. Sometimes we hide our pain because we're afraid people will think less of us. Sometimes because we don't want to burden anyone. Sometimes because we don't even know how to explain what we're feeling. And sometimes it's just easier to pretend that everything is fine. But hiding pain doesn't make it go away, and staying silent doesn't protect us. Connection, even just one conversation, can make all the difference. You're not weak for needing help. You're human. And human beings were not meant to go through life alone. Who in your life has ever shown you even a little kindness, even in the smallest way? Can you remember that moment right now? Let that remind you, connection exists, even when it feels distant. I would like to do a little grounding exercise with you, if you're able to. Place your hand on your chest, breathe in slowly, hold, exhale gently. Repeat 2 more times. Feel yourself here. Feel your presence. Feel the support that surrounds you, even if it's invisible. Suicide is heavy. It's scary. But avoiding the conversation doesn't make it go away. Talking about it openly, safely, and compassionately is actually part of preventing it. Many people who consider suicide aren't doing it because they want to die. They're doing it because they can't see another way to end the unbearable pain. They feel trapped, hopeless, and alone. And that is where connection, support, and listening come in. Even one conversation, one message, one check-in can be life-saving. I want you to say to yourself right now, my feelings are valid, my life has meaning, and I'm worthy of care. If you're struggling right now, or you know someone who is, please do not wait to reach out. Call or text 988 to get connected to the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. They're available 24/7. And if you're in Columbus, there is a Franklin County Crisis Center that is also available 24/7. Reaching out doesn't make you weak. You don't have to wait until things feel worse. Mind Over Miller is here for you, always, without judgment, with arms wide open. You are not alone, and support is available. I've sat with students who carry the same weight we're talking about today, who feel invisible, unseen, or trapped in their own minds. And even small things can make a difference. A teacher checking in, a counselor listening without judgment, a friend sending a simple text, "I'm here if you need me." I've seen how one connection, one person truly listening, can shift the outcome of a day or even a life. That's the kind of hope I want to share with you today. You never know how powerful it is to be simply heard. Think about one small moment of kindness you experienced recently. No matter how minor, let it remind you that support exists, even when it feels invisible. And remember, if you're struggling, Mind Over Miller is here for you. I know that sometimes it feels impossible to reach out. It feels like no one will understand. But even taking one small step, sending a text, making a call, telling someone, "I'm struggling," is an act of courage and an act of hope. Even if it doesn't feel like it, your life matters. The world is not the same without you in it. You're worthy of support, of love, of care. And if you feel like you don't deserve it, that is exactly why reaching out matters. Because you do deserve it. You deserve to feel safe. You deserve to feel heard. You deserve to feel like someone is holding space for you. Take a moment and say quietly to yourself, "I'm here. I matter. I'm worthy of care." Feel it and let it sink in. If it feels safe, take a moment right now. Close your eyes. Place your hand on your chest. Breathe in slowly for 4 counts. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6 counts. Repeat 3 times. With every breath, remind yourself, I am here, I am alive, I am worthy of care, and I am not alone. Next week, we're going to have a guest speaker who's going to help us explore more into the resources that I mentioned today. Someone who has personal experience with suicide, and someone who is very passionate about the importance of prevention. But in the meantime, take care of yourself, speak kindly to yourself, and if you're struggling, reach out. You do not have to go through this alone. You're not alone. If today's episode resonates with you, or if you're carrying heavy thoughts, please reach out to one of the resources I mentioned. And if you feel called to, check in on someone else. Sometimes being that one person for someone else, just listening, just being there, can save a life. And remember, Mind Over Miller is here for you, without judgment, with arms wide open. You are seen, you are valued, and you are loved.